So a big hello and welcome to everyone who is watching this video. You are watching Mr. Honest Opinions and I am Mr. Honest Opinions, and today I am going to tell you what you should expect from Apple's 2020 September 15 event. So first let us decode this message. So the punchline, or basically the theme of the event, is time flies. So according to me, this thing means that the the year didn't start pretty well. The year started with the coronavirus pandemic, and how quickly time passed away. We are again at the stage of unlocking. Schools are opening, colleges are again opening. So according to me, this is the message. Tell me what is the message according to you down there in the comment section below. So I personally think there's a 20 to 40% chance of us getting an Apple Watch on this event, because the Apple Watch according to me should be released with the iPhone 12, because these two form a pretty good pair. So don't expect an Apple Watch from this event according to me, but according to most of the leakers and YouTubers, you should expect an Apple Watch. But again, it's my opinion. So according to me, there's a 80 to 95% chance of us getting an iPad, because it will make a lot of sense if Apple releases an iPad at this event, as schools and colleges are unlocking, so students will need an iPad for their studies and academics. So yeah, it will make a lot of sense, and I personally think it would be the iPad Air 4, and I think you all of you guys will know what we should expect from iPad Air 4. I don't need to tell anything about that. And but there's actually a very controversial rumor that the Touch ID will be built into the power button, and I personally think that will not happen. I think Face ID should be there. It will make much more sense. But again, anything can happen. Let's see. And the third thing that Apple could be releasing is an Apple Silicon MacBook. I'm almost 100% sure that we could get one at this event, because it will make a lot of sense, as schools and colleges are opening, so students will need new MacBooks, or some students are waiting to switch to a MacBook but they are not switching because they are waiting for Apple Silicon, because they don't want crappy Intel machines. And it will make a lot more sense again, because a huge amount of people are waiting for Apple Silicon Macs. They don't want to buy Intel Macs due to some sort of insecurity of getting updates for a long period of time, or getting support. And some people also want to upgrade. So if Apple doesn't releases them as soon as possible, they can possibly lose a huge amount of market share due to people not able to switch to their ecosystem or their MacBooks. So I think they should release them, and I'm 100% sure that they will release. There are basically three ways that Apple could release the silicon. So the first way that Apple could release the silicon is by releasing a 12-inch MacBook or a 13-inch MacBook Air. I think we all know that the 12-inch MacBook was a disaster. The reason was Intel's Core M series processor, which overheated. I don't know why. They were actually made for not overheating, but they actually overheated. That's a mystery. We all don't know what's the reason behind it. And they were thoroughly lacking power. Like you can't even edit a 1080p video on a 12-inch MacBook, while you can edit a 4K video on an iPad Pro. That sounds unrealistic, but yeah, that's the truth. Or a 13-inch MacBook Pros, no, sorry, 13-inch MacBook Air. The similarity between these two devices are they target basic usage, like for example web browsing, watching Netflix, etc. And these both are super thin devices. So these devices overheat a lot due to Intel's processor. And these devices also lack power because of thermal throttling. That's one of the reasons. And the processor used in these devices are not powerful. Yeah, you can easily get an i7 for a 13-inch MacBook Air, but if you pay attention to the prefix, there's no edge present over there, so no great performance for that. And actually, I don't recommend buying a MacBook Air, it's just pure wastage of money. The second way that Apple could release this silicon is by releasing a 13-inch or a 14-inch MacBook Pro. According to me, the 14-inch MacBook Pro will make a lot more sense, and this thing could make a huge statement. For example, as we all know, the iPad Pro costs $799, while the base version MacBook Pro costs $1,099, and the base Intel MacBook Pro has a 8th gen i5 chip, a quad core chip, and the iPad Pro has the A12Z chip. And the $799 iPad Pro outperforms the base 13-inch Intel MacBook Pro. And it doesn't even have fans, it's passively cooled, while the Intel machine has fans. And another statement that this thing will make is that you could turn like an average machine into a powerful machine or a powerhouse. And currently this machine doesn't has any graphical performance capabilities, but with Apple Silicon I think it could easily run AAA titles, and you can easily do video editing on it. Last way Apple could release the silicon is by releasing a 16-inch MacBook Pro, and I think this machine could make a huge statement for power users. They can show that you can fit desktop class performance, and I'm not even kidding, and I'm not talking about $1,000 desktop performance, 3,000 or even $4,000 desktop performance into $2,000 laptop. Wow, guys, a $2,000 thin and light laptop. That's it for today's video. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you loved it, and if you are excited like me for the 15th September Apple event, then share this video. Thanks for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one.